What's up everybody and welcome to 5 Fallout New Vegas weapons in Fallout 4. Fallout New Vegas is one of the most iconic Fallout games. Obviously Fallout 4 is the best selling out of the bunch, but a lot of people really hold Fallout New Vegas in their hearts as the best. On top of that, it had a number of really iconic weapons and weapons that really just stuck with us after playing the game. We went back, experienced those weapons time and time again, and of course had weapon mods for them. Due to this, a number of those weapons have made their way over to Fallout 4 simply because people longed for them and really just that nostalgic effect is so strong. In today's video, I'm going to show you 5 of those weapons. Obviously, there's a few more than 5. I think there's actually like 7 or 8 available right now, with a number of additional weapons currently being developed by different mod authors, which is really cool to see. This is definitely going to be a growing number. Regardless, again, this is not in a top order. These are just 5 weapons from Fallout New Vegas that have made their way into Fallout 4. So with that, let's just jump right into it. So at first, we do have the Varmint Rifle by Axis. In Fallout New Vegas, a lot of people use this gun simply because you actually got it in the tutorial of the game. It is a little bit of a unique weapon in the Fallout universe. Typically, weapons of longer range, whether that be an assault rifle or a DMR/sniper rifle, like the Varmint Rifle, are reserved for higher level enemies. It seems like there's a correlation with range and damage in these games. The Varmint Rifle was large in part the exception to that rule. It's actually a relatively low-end sniper rifle. This is something we really didn't have whatsoever in Fallout 4. In the lower end of things, you had a lot of pistols and maybe some submachine guns or stuff like that, and then in the high end you had some battle rifles as well as sniper rifles. Well, adding this mod into the game obviously is going to balance that out. Now you have a ranged option early on in the game. The Varmint Rifle only fires a 5.56 round, which is going to mean it does not a ton of damage, but good enough damage to make it viable if you are sneaking or using the right perks later in the game. All around, again, this is a very iconic weapon simply because if you played Fallout New Vegas, you experienced this weapon because you had to experience it. It was in the tutorial of the game. I really do think it is a great addition to Fallout 4 because it does fill in that gap that was otherwise left wide open. So next up, we do have the Gun SMG. This is going to be a new mod by DEADPOOL 2099. He's actually the only mod author to appear twice on this list, so he definitely really liked Fallout New Vegas. Regardless, what this is going to be is a recreation of the 9mm submachine gun in Fallout New Vegas. This was another one of those lower end weapons. This was not nearly as good as the 10mm or 12.7mm SMGs that were also available in the game, but again, something that was found on some of the lower level enemies and that you probably experienced early on in the game yourself. It's one of the first fully automatic and really viable weapons that you could use of this type, and frankly I think it's a pretty badass and cool looking weapon. On the Fallout 4 side of things, we don't have many SMGs in general. We have kind of like a Tommy gun, but a lot of people really steer away from that, and even some of the assault rifles in Fallout 4 aren't the most fun to use, so this obviously has a great place in the game. This mod also does have some really crisp animations as well as a number of weapon attachments that really make it unique from some of the other weapons in the game. It makes it stand out, so you could really customize this to be your own. All around, the weapon mod is the newest on this list. It's actually the only one not currently available on Xbox One, although the mod author has confirmed it is coming very soon. So then we do have the Bozar. This is by far the most unique weapon on this list. It is a weapon mod made by Mike Moore. There's actually an alternate version made by a guy named Scale, but that one's not available on Xbox One, and I don't think he supports Xbox One, so I'm going with Mike Moore's version instead. This again is a pretty unique weapon. It is actually a light machine gun, not a sniper rifle. Even though it does look like a sniper rifle, more or less the original idea behind this was a light machine gun that is firing 5.56 rounds. It only came with a 30-round magazine, but it had an extremely high DPS, and a lot of this is sounding like a light machine gun and not a sniper, despite having a really long barrel and a big scope on the top. It's kind of an interesting weapon. This did originally appear in Fallout 2. That's kind of where it was made famous. Then it did appear in Fallout New Vegas through the Gun Runner's Arsenal DLC. The Bozar again is a very unique weapon. It doesn't really fit neatly into one category. It kind of is kitted out one way, but then the functionality is a total different thing. But for that reason, it definitely makes it stand out from a lot of the other weapon mods in Fallout 4, and I definitely think it's a good one to download just to spice things up in your game a little bit. So then we do have the 9mm pistol, or the Browning High Power. This was actually the first mod released by DEADPOOL 2099. Again, the mod author I did cover previously, with the animations being done by Haru. You probably know what this one is. Similar to the grease gun, this is one of the most abundant weapons in Fallout New Vegas. It was a very early on weapon. It used a very abundant and cheap ammo type, that being the 9mm round. And of course, if you did, spoilers, kill Benny, you did get his unique version, that being Maria. It really wasn't too interesting of a weapon in Fallout New Vegas. It was more of those those kind of stepping stone weapons that lower end enemies did have, and you probably had tons of them and then sold them all as you got to the later game. The Fallout 4 modded version is actually a pretty interesting weapon. It has a lot of unique weapon attachments that a lot of other pistol mods especially won't feature. That being kind of an extended barrel as well as a full stock. You can almost use this thing as a primary weapon if you wanted to because of these two functions. On top of that, of course, it is very high quality and really does embrace the kind of weapon attachment system in Fallout 4, which is very nice to see. Other than that, it's not particularly unique from other pistol mods in any sense. It does have custom sounds and custom animations again, but I really think it's actually the custom attachments that make this one stand out from some of the other options. So last but not least, we have the DKS 501 Sniper Rifle by Lieutenant Commander. So hopefully you do recognize this weapon. If I'm not mistaken, this has appeared in every single Fallout game, including Fallout, Fallout Tactics, Fallout 2, Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas. The only one it didn't make an appearance in is that being Fallout 4. Why Bethesda chose to not add it into this one, I have no idea. We don't actually have a ton of different sniper options for Fallout 4 in general. Regardless, I've said time and time again, I think this is the single best weapon mod for Fallout 4. It is very feature rich, it looks awesome, and it's been consistently getting updated. The latest update actually came out like February 9th of 2017, that being only a week ago. It features custom sounds for each caliber, so you could have a few different calibers on this. I think 5.56, 308, and 50 cal, and each of those have their own unique sound to go along with them. In addition to that, it supports a lot of the major mods out there, that being like visible weapons, see-through combat scopes, and a lot of these different ones that really add a lot of quality of life to Fallout 4. And even beyond all that, it of course does feature custom animations, which have been recently updated in that most recent update, and there's a number of unique variants spread out throughout the world. It really is, in my eyes, again, the perfect weapon mod. It really embraces that weapon attachment system. You can make it a DMR or really a proper long-range sniper. It's really awesome to see such a proper lineage of this sniper, considering it is so iconic to the Fallout series. I think this could go hand in hand with like the 10mm pistol. It's just the 10mm pistol you get early on in the game, while the DKS you do get much later on in the game. That's pretty much going to wrap up this video. I do hope you guys enjoyed as always. If you watched to this point in the video, comment the NCR down below. We actually have, as I did say in the intro, a number of new mods from Fallout New Vegas making their way over. Those being like the service rifle, which I'm very excited for. I know a lot of people are excited for that one. The hollow rifle is another really interesting one, as well as that minigun mod by Skibida. So I definitely plan to make another one of these videos a few months down the road after some of these mods have come out and maybe some of the existing ones do get updates. As always, again, I thank you for watching, and I do hope to see you guys all next time. Later.